Experts have often expressed the opinion that the potentials of the Nigerian tourism industry are largely untapped, and a number of startups are looking at ways to use technology to maximize the potentials of the industry. Suleiman Ajibade, founder Ajo Africa, joins us to discuss ways we can use technology to grow the industry and ultimately attract more tourists.
You know, all we hear about the Nigerian tourism industry in most cases is all about the potentials. How can we get technology to fully enhance this industry?
You see, with the Nigerian tourism industry, with the use of technology, specifically use of data, we can use data to harness and exploit this industry. First of all, even let's talk about government. See, there are a lot of historical places in Nigeria and there are a lot of tourist places in Nigeria. But what we see is government is not taking advantage of all these opportunities and putting it on the map and even marketing it well. So, because the focus have been so much on oil that we neglect all these other areas and all these other infrastructures that we have, that government is not taking advantage of it. So what we are doing with technology is we are using data by collecting data of all these different businesses and local tourist attractions, and we are putting it together and collating it into our mobile app and maybe making it available for everybody for free, so that all these places, we give them the exposure that is needed so that we can, in the long run, increase the tourism industry in Nigeria and make it available for everyone. What
you just described is not an easy task. How are you going about collecting this data?
Yeah, so it's a very, very big job and it's a very, very big task. And that's what we are trying to accomplish. Because so the problem with tourism in Nigeria, also with problem with even businesses in Nigeria, is there is really no infrastructure. There's no different infrastructure in place that anybody can just go to and have access to all these places. So we are seeking to change that. We want to change that. Because what we tend to see is when people are in unfamiliar environments or they go to places that they do not know anybody, it's hard for them to identify all these places. It's hard for them to see these places. So if we are able to map all these locations, so we have agents that walk around city by city, state after state, and collecting all this data and mapping it with the longitude and latitude, and then we are putting it in our mobile app. So if we are able to do all this throughout Nigeria, then you know that it's going to be the same level playing field for everybody, whether you are a big corporation or a small or a medium scale business. So everybody is given the exposure, but it's a very, very tough and long task, and it's been tough, a lot of challenges in the way, even because we have to educate people along the way. There have been a lot of pushback from people, from even police. Or they don't want you to take picture, they don't want you. So we have to explain to them all the time, hey, you guys, this is what we are trying to do. This is not costing you anything. We are trying to, just imagine like you, for example, at a local booker in Surulere. You are on the app. Somebody that is in Abuja that is coming to Lagos to visit, he can just easily go on the mobile app. But with the data that we have inputted and we've integrated into our technology, they are able to see your location, see the review from every other person that they've put in on how good or how bad the place is, depending on the customer service they get there. And that's just it. You don't have to really depend on your customers' base. It's going to be people that know about you. People that don't know about you, they can be able to access that place.
I'm wondering how you are going to compete with more established companies who are already in this area.
So in Nigeria, there's really no dedicated platform for users to access crowdsourced reviews of their local businesses. There's none. So some people could say, there's Google Maps and there's all these Google Places and things like that. You can just go to Google Maps and tell Google Maps to recommend a booker for you in your area. It's not going to do that. Google, so what we are trying to do is,
but it could add future later on.
Well, that's later on. So, but right now we have to focus on what the consumer wants and what everybody wants, and which. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to add value to the lives of people. We're not just doing it. Yeah, there could be fintech, there could be things and agri-tech and edu-tech and all those other stuff. But there's also smart city. We're trying to make the city smart with what we're trying to do, because this is data aggregation and data collection that we're trying to use to make your life easier. You could go to Akwa Ibom or to Uyo, and then you don't really have to know anybody for you to be able to enjoy yourself. Find a good restaurant, reviewed by other people, strangers. Find a good hotel that you could stay in.
So would you say your startup is a combination of Airbnb, Yelp, and